always start to believe. Listen to your heart, tell me that you understand, 'cause you are the one for me. If you just believe, 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 believe. Listen to your heart, 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 heart. Listen to your heart, 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 heart. Listen to your heart, tell me who you wanna be. We can always start to believe. Listen to your heart, tell me that you understand, 'cause you are the one for me. If you just believe, if you just believe, if you just believe, if you just believe. Listen to your heart, 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 tell me who you wanna be. We can always start to believe. Listen to your heart, tell me that you understand, 'cause you are the one for me. If you just believe, 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 believe. Listen to your heart, 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 heart. Listen to your heart, 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 heart. Listen to your heart, tell me who you wanna be. We can always start to believe. Listen to your heart, tell me that you understand, 'cause you are the one for me. If you just believe, if you just believe, if you just believe, if you just believe.
Yes, people, welcome back to another stream. It's been a day or two. I hope you're all doing very well. We decided to bring back the late night chat podcast, myself and Joey Boy. Podcasts are a very popular form right now to make content on. Yeah, we're going to get into it all. Why podcasts are popular and why that has anything to do with me right now. We're going to discuss it all. I hope you're all doing very well. We're going to talk about what's in the title. Don't worry, people. We're going to talk about Haaland versus Roy Keane. And I want to talk about Haaland versus Mbappe as well. And we'll talk a bit about the title race. So there's fucking loads to talk about, man. We're going to get through it all. Don't worry. Hit the thumbs up button. There's over 100 people here. We're not even on 50 likes, man. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Help us get to 9K. And there's a link in the chat if any of you fantastic blues want to help support me and Joy Boy and become a channel member. Who have we got in the building? Bree, Blue Viper, Mojis, Jack Lee, I'm Guardiola, Briggsy, Leon, Cash, ZK, Renners, Dave, Shadow Viper, and come on, Lickle City. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Hit that big thumbs up button. Jerry McCune, good to see you, my brother. Right, let's get into this. Let's start off with the thing that you're probably all here for mainly anyway, which is the title. Mark Goldbridge calls me out. Now, for those of you who watched our stream last week, you'll understand the timeline of what's happened here. You'll understand why me and Goldbridge clashed heads, the quote tweet. I thought it was done. I said what I had to say, and I think I had every right to say what I had to say about the cease and desist, because he's the one who said it. I don't know why Goldbridge is acting like, why are people talking about cease and desists arriving at my door when you're the one who brought up legal action on your own podcast? You know what I'm saying? If you bring up legal action at a time where people are speculating about cease and desists going to people are going to assume. I put two and two together. He says he never got one. Up to you whether you want to believe that or not. We all know there's a lot going on right now. But anyway, today he dropped a podcast. This guy is a snide character. Do you know that? He's a very, very snide character. He knew fine well what he was doing. He knew exactly what benefits he was going to get from this plan that he outlined, because if he never did get a cease and desist, if he never got one, fair enough. Fair enough. Why bring up legal action? Why mention legal action in your last podcast? I don't know how often he drops these podcasts. I don't know what it's on Spotify. I have the clip here I'm going to play for you guys in a sec. That is in relation to me. I don't know how often he does it, but why on your last podcast did you choose to mention City threatening legal action with you? He has once again fooled us. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, and all that. He's a snide character. He has done this either because he has got a cease and desist and he's shitting himself, or either he's been selfish and trying to drive traffic to his channel via Man City's 115 charges, which was my biggest complaint about this motherfucker all along, is that he has used our club's name and our club's issues, legal issues, whatever, as a mechanism to monetize and to gain views. He knows fine well that he has made a lot of money and a lot of content regarding 115. He said a lot of outlandish things, and this was just another little nail in the coffin that proves that you're a dickhead. Because if you got a cease and desist, fair enough, you're in trouble in that sense. If you didn't, you're just an out straight liar looking for traffic. Now, most of you, begging for attention. Now, for those of you who paid attention on the last stream, there we go. I had the clip here. So you know the tweet that I made last week. Hit the like button, people. Over 200 here. Keep hitting the like button and subscribe if you're new. Link in the chat as well if anyone wants to be a channel member. I had this clip. I'm going to play it. I think I've rattled this guy.
Get involved, but that was like really like tongue-in-cheek. Very tongue-in-cheek, even for you. So let's get the facts around this before we get the letter out. This is from a Twitter account last week. Goldbridge sent a cease and desist from Man City, and I couldn't find it any sweeter. The guy has spouted nothing but hate-filled rubbish and hollow accusations relentlessly towards City for over a year. Karma. City will be found not guilty, by the way. Never been so confident after everything we've seen and heard this week. So this is where it sort of started. This account may not be the original, but it had 1.9 million views.
Oh, it's the original. Oh, it's the original. I am the original. I am absolutely the original. Absolutely, I am the original. I don't know who he thinks he is. I don't know what he thinks he's going to get from it. But if he thinks he's going to escape me continuing to press him and press his buttons, he's wrong. I will not allow him to use our club as a mechanism to gain money and to gain views and to gain attention. This is what he had wanted all along. All along. The fact that he's even bringing up my tweet in his podcast just goes to show this is what he wanted all along. He wanted us to get on his back, drive traffic to his podcast. No doubt this podcast has done crazy numbers for him today. No doubt it has, because he put cease and desist in the title. He's a snide motherfucker. He's a snide motherfucker who has used Manchester City. Since these charges dropped, he has used our name to make content. Defamatory quotes, defamatory comments, slanderous, this, that, the other. This guy has too big a platform to get away with this. I will continue to call him out. You can talk about me in your podcast. You can read out my tweets on your podcast. You can say, oh, I don't know, is this the original? I don't know, is that the... You know it's the fucking original. You absolutely know it's the original. You can pretend you haven't a clue who I am. Maybe you don't, but you're definitely paying attention now. And I'm glad I have his attention, because I'm going to keep getting your attention. You will not keep talking shit about our football club for your benefit. Keep sitting there doing watch-alongs in your pajamas, talking about your shit football club, getting slapped up by Crystal Palace before you keep talking about mine. We're doing just fine. We're doing just fucking fine. Don't worry about us. This is how I feel, man. This is how I feel. I've had enough of this guy. I've had enough of this guy, Joe.
Listen, this is your beef, this ain't mine. He probably doesn't... If he doesn't know who you are, he definitely doesn't know who I am. To be honest, I don't care. He's a man-child. He's such a stroppy little man-child. I take it that most of the people in the chat, you would have seen the video going around Twitter of the goal that got disallowed for United yesterday, of him smashing up his setup, throwing his chair about, tearing lights off the walls, sat there in his pyjamas. Like, it's just petulance. He's a man-child. But he's a smart man-child. You have to... I mean, there's no other way around it. You have to say he's a smart man-child. He knows what he's doing. He's farming for engagements. He's bringing up legal action when no one's brought it up, making people think as he's been sent a cease and desist letter. Then he says he doesn't have one.
He's acting like a victim here, like something bad has happened to him. Mate, you brought up the fucking legal action. You're the one who mentioned City threatening you with legal action. So of course people like me are going to put 2 and 2 together. Absolutely. You're the one that brought it up. Stop acting like, oh, there's some witch hunt here for Mark Goldbridge over legal action when you brought it up. What sort of a dickhead does he think we are? And no, barely anybody calls this guy out. What, just because he's got a bigger platform? Just because he'll have 10,000 people watching him live? He thinks he's got the right to say whatever he wants? No, absolutely not. You dickhead in your pajamas. Banana in pajamas. That's what you are, mate. And you'll keep getting called out. Whether there's 5 people watching me, whether there's 5 million people watching me, I'll keep calling you out. I'm sick of this shit, man. I'm sick of people benefiting off our club. I'm sick of people benefiting, making content, making money, making clips, making everything off 115, 115. And you've gone a step too far this time by you insinuating legal action. You've gone a step too far this time. There's plenty more dickheads out there just like you who make 115 content. And I call them out too. But you're the one who brought up legal action. Not me. So stop acting like I just pulled this out of my arse and this has just come from thin air and I've made this up on the spot. You brought it up. You brought it up because you are a snide motherfucker who wants to bring traffic and engagement to your content using my club in a negative connotation. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. Anti-Man City content, people, is the most popular form of content on the internet right now. Which is so hypocritical because we're told all the time, you're irrelevant, no one cares. Then why are you watching so much content about us? Why are you racing? Why are you racing to click on anything that says 115? Why do you get so gassed up when you see the numbers 115 if we're irrelevant? Anti-Man City agenda is the most popular thing to make content on right now. And I sat quiet for so long on this one. For so long. I said, I'll wait till the verdict. Well, no one else seems to be able to wait for the verdict. It's just me. It's just City content creators who are happy to sit and wait for the verdict. Everybody else is happy to say, guilty, guilty, guilty. You know what you've done. I've seen the emails. You know, they're ruining the Premier League. Man City didn't make you lose 4-0. Our charges didn't make you get slapped up by Crystal Palace. Our charges didn't make you a shambles in the boardroom. Our charges didn't make your toilets leak in Old Trafford. Your club did that. And you're the puppet for Manchester United, so you should know that.
He's getting what he wants out of it, though, isn't he? He's getting interactions. He's getting exactly what he hoped for. But, I mean, it does grow tiring, doesn't it? When he's just going on. I mean, the whole events. He brings up legal action. Then he says he hasn't been sent a cease and desist. Then he says he has. Then he lies about that because he actually hasn't. And he's, naming his podcast, the cease and desist letter. Turns out he actually hasn't been sent one. Like, it's a weird situation. He's a weird guy. He's such a slimy motherfucker as well. Like, just aside from the whole City things, the whole inside information in United, he's got favourites. There's, constant allegations of him being a Nottingham Forest fan because he's from Nottingham, which he tries to deny as much, but that follows him everywhere. There's also the allegations that he's being paid off by agencies to prop up certain players and the manager at Manchester United to paint a good picture because they have a good following, so he can't say a bad word. There's loads of allegations flying about from this guy. So he's living off it. He's living off all this negative press because, I mean, any publicity is good publicity. Like, he's getting numbers, which is what he wants. Like, this is what he wants. You're feeding into it. This is what he wants. But, yeah, it becomes tiring. Like, there's some times where you've just got to, say how it is and go, listen, he's an idiot.
Not enough people call this cunt out. Do you know that? Not enough people call this guy out. I'm sorry for swearing so much, people, but it's pissing me off now. It's pissing me off. Like I said, I've sat on this. I said, I'll wait. I'm done waiting now. I'm done waiting. He's crossed the line now with this one saying, oh, not because they've threatened me with legal action, with the other puppet sitting in front of him. And then all of a sudden people go, okay, so you've been threatened with legal action. No, why are people suggesting that I've been threatened with legal action? Because you said it. You said it. And do you know what it is, yeah? With this YouTube space and the community that we have, not just the City space, but as content creators in the football space in general, I want it to move forward. I want it to grow to as big and as great as it possibly can be. And that's something he's always preaching about. Mark Goldbridge is always trying to make out this narrative that it's us versus the mainstream. It's us versus the mainstream, and he's some sort of leader. I'm not going into any battle with you as my leader. Absolutely not. One of the main reasons plenty of people in the mainstream don't take YouTubers seriously is because you come up with so much rubbish. You give us a bad name. You give us a bad image. There's a lot of us here just want to talk football, just want to have a chat, just want to engage with people. And then there's you coming up with this kind of rubbish and giving us this negative image. I'm sick of this guy. I'm sick of this guy. Genuinely, chat. Absolute. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? That podcast this morning has just pissed me off. Because it just proves everything. It just proves everything.
But again, he's a smart guy, though, isn't he? You have to admit that he knows exactly what he's doing with the titles and the thumbnails and all of the things he said. He knows what he's doing. He's been playing the game for a long time. But this whole... Let's just go have a look through his Twitter if you're not blocked or if you haven't blocked him. Like, the amount of times where he's like, it's us versus them, they're ruining the game. No, mate, it's not us versus them. The reason why you don't get invited onto things like the overlap is because they don't want you on there. Because you're a head case.
Exactly. People high up in the space don't respect you. They laugh at you. When you do go onto their spaces, it's because they're benefiting off you. They're getting clips, they're getting clicks, they're getting monetization. Other than that, no one takes you seriously. You're making a living off being a laughing stock. You're making a living off being a villain. What sort of a living is that? This morning's whole thing is was what crossed the line for me. He made the podcast using my tweet. So I have 5,000 odd followers on Twitter. By no means a big Twitter account. And you're willing to use my tweet, little Hugh with 5,000 followers for content. That's where we're at. Every time he makes a Man City in crisis video, every time he talks about charges, every time he brings it up, he knows ka-ching, 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 and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, man. Using our club, using our name, using everything good we've done to make content and to make money. It's sick, man. It's sick.
The reason why TalkSport picked him up, because he perfectly suits that side of the media, because they love shouting 115 and calling us cheats and dismissing everything we do. So Goldbridge fits on perfectly there at TalkSport. That's the big media. That's the big media where he gets it. But any others, Sky Sports, Gary Neville's, The Overlap, whatever, he won't get a sniff. They don't want him.
That's what I'm saying, man. People don't take him seriously. TalkSport is another platform just like that. Like you said, it's another one of those platforms that loves to, dramatize everything, make mad statements and quotes and comments and all that sort of thing. And they're obviously thinking, what YouTuber can we bring in that is just like us and will get us the most views possible? There's your guy. There's your clown. And he calls out Saeed too. He's always calling out Saeed. And to be fair to Saeed, he bites his tongue. Saeed doesn't react the way I have. Saeed's a much more calm and composed person. I'm a bit more... You know what I mean? I lose my head a lot easier than Saeed, to be fair to him. I'm sick of him calling out Saeed. Who the hell do you think you are to call out Saeed? One of the most loyal Manchester United fans I know. At every single home game, goes around Europe, goes to away games when he can, says it how it is. Who are you to call out Saeed on his content and his opinions and his views? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If there's any Manchester United fan on this platform I'm taking seriously, it's Saeed. Way more than you. Way more than you and way more than the United stand. Absolutely will not let him send for Saeed. Will not let him make content off Manchester City. He can work away, but I'll still be here. I'll still call it out. Saeed's a real one, Adam. Saeed's a real one.
And he used to work for Goldbridge as well. Let's not forget. He used to be a part of United stand.
Look, it's not my battle. It's not my battle to fully go into, but I'm just calling it how it is. I'm just calling it how it is. He's always referencing things that Saeed says, snide remarks, snide comments. You know what I'm saying? I won't allow that. That's my brother right there. And I know Saeed personally, one of the most loyal, nice, genuine guys you'll ever meet. Saeed hasn't got a bad bone in his body. He just says it how it is. He's a loyal Manchester United fan, and he's making us content, and he works hard, man. And this guy's trying to make comments about Saeed's thumbnails. Well, he says it in the same podcast, in the exact same podcast. He references the quote that Saeed said last night, sack that ball fraud now. Obviously, Saeed's angry. He's in the heat of the moment when United are losing 3 or 4-0 at the time. Goldbridge references that in that same podcast. If you want, go and listen to it, people. It's all there. I'm not lying. Who do you think you are? You think you're above people like us? Think you're above people like me, like Saeed, like Joe? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not calling it out. I've absolutely no problem calling it out. Simon Jordan as well, man. I'm telling you. Big up Bebo, the super chat. Says, yes, lads, cook my goat. I'm not even trying to cook. I'm just trying to tell you how I feel. I'm sick of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I love making my content. I love saying what I have to say. And it's 99.9% times it's just football. But I'm sick of this guy, and I'm sick of other guys as well. Don't worry, I'm not done. There's going to be more streams where I name drop other people as well. I promise you. I'm sick of people making content talking about this. And I'm sick sitting here kind of just smiling and laughing and saying, you'll see. If they're not able to wait for a verdict, I'm not waiting for a verdict anymore. I'm not waiting for a verdict. I promise you. I'm going to stand on that one.
Well,
Big up everybody joining us, man.
It is what it is, isn't it? Like, they're so impatient. They want this done. They're innocent until proven guilty side of the charges has been completely out the window since day one. In the eyes of the other 19 teams in the Premier League, we've been guilty. We've been guilty for, 12 months, 18 months, however long it's been. I think it was, February of 2023 when it came out. It was around the time of that Tottenham game. So, listen, we're confident. We're confident we're innocent, but I mean, that's not the whole topic of conversation. The whole point of this conversation is Goldbridge and TalkSport and people like that simply just running their mouths, making accusations.
They've not played fair. Listen, there's 400 people in the building. First of all, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Link in the chat if anybody wants to be a channel member and support myself and Joe. But what I'm saying about not playing fair, for any of you 400 in the building who have watched me since these charges broke, you'll know I have been super consistent and super fair and impartial with it. I said I believe Man City and what they have to say. If we are found guilty, I'll deal with that when the time comes. I'll call out whoever needs to be called out within Manchester City, who made the mistakes, who put us in this position. But until then, I'm not going to slam the hammer down. I'm not going to slam the hammer down on anything until a full final verdict is made. But too many people have not been willing to do that. Too many people, as soon as these charges broke, there's 115 of them. Surely some of them will stick, if not all of them. We all know what WWFC have done. We all know about the sponsorships. There's no way they can make more money than Manchester United and Real Madrid. Shut up, mate. What the hell do you know? I don't care how big any of these platforms are. What the hell do you know about this? This is a watertight legal case, one of the biggest legal cases in sporting history. What the hell do you know? Why are you slamming down your hammers? And City fans, to be fair to us, all the City content creators that I know, to be fair to them, they've all said, well, just wait. We'll just wait for the outcome. And I've said, yeah, I'll wait. But I'm tired, man. I'm tired. 18 months or something it is now. 18 months where we can't have a week. Without someone has said this. Look what this person has said. And whether you like it or not, what you say on your big platforms influences people. People read into what you say because you're saying what they want to hear. And they take it as gospel. They take it as fact, which is wrong and it's incorrect. You're persuading people by filling them full of absolute propaganda. It's rubbish. It's not just the guy in the title. It's not just Goldbridge. He's only in the title because he mentioned me in his podcast. He mentioned the legal actions, or he's the topic of conversation today. He insinuated this whole thing. But there's many, many, many more. And we're not done. I am confident. See the tweet that he read out, where he said, where he quotes me as saying on my tweet, "I've never been so confident that we're going to be found not guilty." I'm still feeling that way. And I promise you, I will rain hell on people if we are found not guilty. I swear to God, people, I will rain hell on those who spoke negatively about us. I will rain war on them because they will not be getting away with this. People must be held accountable. I'll tell you for a fact, people, and Joe, and you can believe me if you want, yeah? Believe me if you want, and say, Hugh, you're a waffler if you want. It's up to you. If Manchester United, if the roles were reversed and Manchester United had 115 charges, I know for a fact I'd sit here and go, that's mad. Man United have 115 charges. Not a great look on that. But I wouldn't be sitting here saying, oh, you're guilty, you're cheaters, you've ruined this, you've ruined that. Mate, when I was growing up, Manchester United did the equivalent of ruining football. All through my school years, everything. Man United winning everything. Champions Leagues, Premier League, signing this player, signing that player. No one said they were ruining football back then. It was, wow, look how amazing Alex Ferguson is. Look how amazing Manchester United is. But now, it's Manchester City, and people don't like that. People don't like that, chat. That we've disrupted everything. They're trying to tear us down whatever way they can. I'm not having it anymore. I'm not having it anymore. I'm finished with this shit. I'm finished with people trying to tear us down. And if we do get torn down by the Premier League, I'll sit here and I'll call out Man City. Like I said, I'll call out whoever is in charge, whoever was in charge of making these decisions that found us guilty, if that's the case. I'll do I'm consistent enough to do that. But until you are found guilty, shut your mouth. Innocent till proven guilty. That's the law. You want to bring up legal action and legal this, legal that? That's the law. Innocent till proven guilty. So as of this moment in time, right here, right now, 10:56, Manchester City are innocent. So you can quit the content. You can quit the speculation. You can quit the conspiracy theories, because Manchester City are an innocent football club right now. How about that?
Don't for their narrative, though, does it? Innocent football club. Don't for the narrative. Doesn't get you clicks. What gets you clicks? New, breakthrough revealed in Man City's 115 charge case, or Man City innocent. What gets you clicks? It's the first one, isn't it? It's the one that insinuates that we're guilty, or there's some new breakthrough, or that the case is going to be settled soon. That's what generates clicks, and that's what everybody runs with. It's not even forget the rival fans. Of course they do it, because they don't like us. They don't like us winning things. But even just the neutrals, the media, these big media outlets, newspapers, websites, even they go on about it. They're not attached to a football club, but they want clicks on their website. They want numbers. They want people to pay to read these articles. So they go and put, they follow along. They're like sheep. They follow along to what everybody else is doing. And then that's when you get all these headlines, and that's when it all kicks off. And it's, we do a lot of calling out of these other fan channels. You see Goldbridge, Craig from Anfield Agenda, loads of people. But there's not a lot of noise in the big media outlets as well, like these journalists who also run along with it. Like I hear Simon Jordan, but he's on TalkSport. TalkSport have been getting slandered for ages because they are the biggest fear-mongering, word-spreading, journalists out there. But in terms of the rest of it, you look at these other news outlets, they barely get a mention, but they do it too.
True, man. It's true. Anybody with half a brain in the industry, anybody who cares about their reputation is tiptoeing around this subject, just like the way we have, just like the way me and Joe have, just like the way most Man City fans online have. We've tiptoed around it. We've said, look, we'll just wait. But everybody who couldn't wait, money hungry, clip hungry, content hungry, savages, muck savages, they couldn't wait. They had to go and start making podcasts. They had to start talking about alleged legal disputes at Manchester City. They had to start talking about seeing emails. They had to start saying they knew this, they knew that. You got to learn when to shut your mouth, because it eventually comes back to bite you in the arse. And in my opinion, this time it's come back to bite him in the arse. It's a bad look, man. It's a bad look. Big up everybody, man. Still 400 people here locked in. Get your thoughts in. A couple of super chats here. Hit the like button, man. Let's try to get up to 300 likes. And there's a link in the chat if anybody wants to become a channel member. Support me and Joey Boy. Big up Jerry McCune. Legend Jerry, channel member as well. Says 115 becoming 1-1 fail by the day. Haters are coping hard. Vindication soon come. Doubt me at your own peril. Doubt Man City at your own peril. That's what I'm saying, Jerry. I agree with you 110%, man. 110%. People making verdicts way too quickly.
We're always doubted. Even, again, football things aside, there's always been down. Man City will slip up. They've kind of pushed on from that. Remember CAS, UEFA. They doubted us then. We cleared our name. Doubting us now. Our name is still clear.
You got to be careful what you wish for. Do you know what I'm saying? You got to be careful what you wish for. Because you might have just awoken a beast in Man City. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that could go horribly wrong.
Repercussions. If we want to take it, if we're innocent and want to take it further, we have every right to do so. I don't know whether we will, but we, potentially could do, because, those are some serious allegations.
Serious, man, serious. Big up Jerry McCune for the super chat. Big up Bevo again, comes in and says, Hugh, just think of the meltdown in summer. 115 charges drop, Pep extension, and massive window. Popcorn ready. Bro, if anybody's capable of pulling this off, it's Manchester City. Every single piece of noise any snippets of noise we get from within the club suggests nothing but confidence and a lot of it. A lot of it. Once again, do I know we're not guilty? No. If you're looking for an answer on the case, you're on the wrong stream, people. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you how it is. Big up Bevo for the super chat, though. You're absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on, man. It's just one of those ones, man. Like I said, I told you people a long time ago, I don't like making content on this topic. And not because it makes me feel like, oh, this could get ugly for Manchester City. I just don't like making content on a topic that I don't know. Like, I don't feel comfortable in my own knowledge on. And nobody else should feel comfortable in their own knowledge on the topic. We can read reports, we can read statements, we can read whatever we have, but none of us really know if the trial has taken place or if the case has taken place. If it is going to be tomorrow, the next day, what the outcome is going to be, none of us really know. So I hate making content on it, but I'm at the point now where I'm like, you know what? If these people want to be snide, these people want to drag our name through the mud, fine. Let's have it. Let's chat about it. Let's chat about what you said. Let's chat about what we've said. Because we've been consistent. That's it, man. That's it. I want to drop that topic there now. Unless you got a dad joke.
Not really, no. It's very boring, isn't it, talking about charges? But sometimes you must. When people run the mouths, when people mention your name, he didn't directly mention your name, but he mentioned your tweet. Sometimes you got to address these things. Sometimes it just happens. Again, it gets boring, but if people keep talking about it and running their mouths, then it's on us to defend our club.
Yes, I will defend this club. You'll defend this club. This channel will defend the club, of course. And this channel will call out the club if we're found guilty. That's where we're at. But until we're found guilty, we're innocent. So I'll defend the club while we're innocent. Deal with it. That's where we're at, man. That's where we're at. Every time he makes content about this, and I know he's shitting himself about these things, whether he has or he hasn't been threatened with legal action, I know he's shitting himself about it. But he's already shown it. He's already shown it. I don't want to talk about 115 anymore. Why? Why not? Let's talk about it now. Come on. You got our attention. Let's talk about it. You were happy to talk about it for 16, 17 months, whatever it is now. So why all of a sudden do you want to stop? Why do you want to stop? It's just getting fun. It's just starting to get fun. Dickhead, man. Dickhead. There's too many people in this space, man, with big platforms, think because they have big platforms, they can just say what they want about whoever and whatever. About other content creators, like I've said, about certain football clubs like us. No. You're forgetting we also have channels and we'll also say things. Anyways,
so moving from one beef to another.
Moving from one beef to another. Guys, we're going to drop the Goldbridge thing there. If you've just tuned in because you want to hear the Goldbridge thing, that's where we're at, man. That's where we're at. We're going to move on to football talk now because that's what I like doing. I like talking football. That's the last I'm going to talk of him for now anyway, unless he does anything back or unless he mentions City again in a way that I don't like or I'm not satisfied with. There'll be no more. There'll be no more. So yeah, big up everybody who tuned in for that. Now the next piece of beef that we need to go over is Keane versus Haaland. Run the likes up, people, man. The Haalands versus Roy Keane. The Haalands versus Roy Keane. This is another good one. Chat, hit the like button, man. Subscribe if you're new. And like I said, there's a link in the chat if anybody wants to help support me and Joe. Become a channel member. It's a prestigious club for prestigious people. The channel membership club around here. Are you prestigious? Become a channel member. It's what the big dogs do. It's what the big dogs do, man. Become a channel member today. T's and C's do apply. Anyways, let's forget about that prick for now, right? Let's go back to football talk. Keane versus Haaland. Well, what's your take on the situation, Joe? Before we go into it further, what's your take on the comments from both parties over the weekend? Did you see Alfie Haaland tweeting about it as well? Yeah,
even he's getting involved now. I don't get it. Like, this has all stemmed from a tackle. A tackle in what? When? 90s? Like
early 2000s.
Early 2000s, or maybe my time frame's off, but still, 20 years ago at least, 20 to 30 years ago, a tackle. And we are sat here in big old 2024, and Roy Keane's moved on from one Haaland and moved on to the next one, the offspring, his child. Why is he attacking a child? Like, I don't get. It's petulance. It's petulance. It's stupid. It's childish.
There's number one, Carl. Yeah, I think it's paining Roy Keane. I think it's paining Roy Keane. How good Erling Haaland is and the amount of success Erling Haaland has had. I think he's struggling to accept it. Twitter's popping off here, but
I would as well if I was a player the stature of Roy Keane. Because let's be clear, great player, but
oh yeah.
In terms of brand, money, all of this, trophies, whatever, Haaland's trajectory is through the fucking roof. I don't think he can stomach a Haaland basically outdoing him.
Oh, Haaland's clear of Mbappe, man. You see Mbappe tonight?
Oh yes, I did. Uncomfortable conversations, but
Uncomfortable conversations.
that's the thing with Roy Keane. He's just pissed off that a Haaland has basically come in and popped into the world, and suddenly the Haaland name is through the roof, and he's one of the global superstars of the game. He's just pissed off. He's childish. He won't let it go.
Do me a favour, Joe. Saeed's in the chat there. Make him a mod. Sorry, Saeed. I thought you were a mod already, man. There you go. Joe, good for you now. Yeah, the Haaland versus Keane thing. What is it? Keane said Haaland is that of a League Two standard player. And then the following game week, Haaland goes out and drops 4 goals. That's it's not bad. Not bad for a League Two standard player to score 4 goals in a game. Marshy boy, we generally only give the mods to channel members. So anybody who becomes a channel member, we usually make them a mod of the channel as well. But because Saeed, he's my boy, we're gonna make him one anyway. But yeah, what is he said? League Two standard player. Haaland goes and drops 4 on Wolves. He's on 35 for the season. He's a treble winner. He could potentially win City their 4th league in a row. And what will Pep be doing with League Two standard players? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think that's really something Pep will be interested in. And then Alfie responded. I have Alfie's tweet here. I can't get it up for you because we're not in StreamYard at the minute. But yeah, here we go. Roy Keane, 52 years of age, has finally found an enemy after his retirement. Erling Haaland, 23 years of age. Erling told us yesterday, I don't care about that man. So Haaland was obviously asked about it in his post-match interview about Roy Keane's comments. And then Haaland said, I don't care about that man. Rah, that's cold. That's cold. He shut him down, man. He should imagine saying that. But Roy Keane, I don't care about that man. Oh my God.
Given the history, he ended your father's career and he's called you a League Two player. What do you think about that? Couldn't give a shit, mate. That's basically what he said. Couldn't care less what he has to say. Where's he at in his little Sky Sports box booth, watching the games? Like again, it's just petulant. Like, it really is.
What's Roy Keane doing, man? Do you know what I'm saying? What's Roy Keane doing? Like,
trying to stay relevant.
Man.
Trying to stay relevant.
Give the guy his praise, man. Haaland's younger than me, for God's sake. He's 23. I'm 24. Haaland's younger than me. Give him his praise, man. He's not a League Two standard footballer. He's just trying to get his click. He's doing what Mark Goldbridge does. He's trying to get his clicks.
It's what they employ him for. They don't employ him on Sky. They don't employ him on Sky because he has great analysis. They employ him on Sky because he goes viral every few weeks. Do you not remember end of last season, when Robertson caught an elbow from a linesman and he just called him a baby live on Sky Sports? And he's not on there for his analysis. There's a whole 8-minute compilation of him basically saying he'd punched De Gea up from a few years ago. He's not on there for analysis. He's on there for clicks. So that's his job. He needs to keep up.
As an Irishman, I want to love Roy Keane, even though he's ex-United and that. But I just can't. I just can't warm to him. I just can't warm to him. I mean, I find him funny when he's not talking about City, but the Haaland thing was just stupid, man. The Haaland thing was just stupid, and Haaland just shut him down. I don't care about that man. And then Haaland's dad obviously tweet or commented with a laughing emoji, because Haaland's dad, Alfie, knows we're dunking. The Haalands are dunking on Manchester United right now. Haaland scores against Man United pretty well every time he plays against them. We're winning all the trophies. The tables have turned. Alfie is getting the last laugh. Alfie is getting the last laugh in this situation. Passion merchant, yeah, man. A rivalry that began in 2001. We're now in 2024, and Alfie's getting the last laugh. He created a mutant beast with his missus, who's now tearing up football, and who, in my opinion, chat, is clear of Mbappe. Haaland clear of Mbappe, man. What's Mbappe done? since he won the World Cup. Do you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. How many goals have you had at winning the Champions League? Your hometown team, PSG. They gave you Neymar. They gave you Messi. They gave you Ramos. They gave you everyone. And you still couldn't win a Champions League. Haaland arrives in Manchester in his first season and wins the treble. The treble, you know.
Okay. Since he won the World Cup, I mean, since he did that, he scored a hat-trick in another World Cup final, but he lost. Well, he lost.
Two pence.
2 pence. But it's a hat-trick in a World Cup final. How many people can say that? It's still an achievement. But again, he lost. Does history tend to remember losers?
People bring in the international stuff in.
It's like bringing international stuff when you mention legacy debates with De Bruyne. He plays for Belgium. He's not playing for Spain.
It's not a level playing field, if that makes sense, to bring international football into it. I won't disregard Mbappe's international legacy, not at all. It's phenomenal. But at club football, he has not delivered the business, Mbappe. At club football level, he has not delivered the business for PSG. He's not delivered the one thing that he needed to deliver, because it looks like he's going to leave this summer. He failed. He's failed so far, and he will win it with PSG. Of course he will. Or with Real Madrid. But you should. Do you know what I mean? You should. When you have Vinicius, Rodrigo, Bellingham, Tchouameni, Camavinga, Hendricks coming through, you should win the Champions League. It would have been so impressive to win the Champions League with your hometown club. Your number one objective was to deliver PSG the Champions League, and you failed. You failed. Haaland came to Manchester City with the Champions League anthem as his ringtone, said, I love this competition, I've dreamed of winning this competition, and won the competition. And people say he didn't perform well in the Champions League. Bro scored 5 against Leipzig in one game last season, scored against Dortmund, scored against Bayern Munich. You're telling me he didn't have a good campaign last season? Haaland was sick in the Champions League last year. Sick. We don't win the treble without Haaland, that's fact. That goes without saying. But Mbappe has failed PSG. He's failed PSG. DV says Mbappe had the players around him at City, like Haaland, he'd also win. Mbappe had Messi. Mbappe had Messi and Neymar. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Come on, man. This is why it's a level playing field.
It's ridiculous.
This is why the club football is a level playing field, Joe, because they're both in super teams. City, of course, is a super team, and PSG was a super team at that point when they had Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar. And one rose to the top.
It's stupid. It's such a stupid argument that if he had the same players around him at City. Nonsense. PSG, remember that one summer, PSG went on fucking FIFA, looked at all the highest rated cards and went, we'll have him. He'll go there. We'll have this super team full of all these superstar Galactico names, Messi, Neymar, Ramos, Donnarumma, all of these players. And they fell short. Who'd they lose to? Us. We beat them, man. We beat them
today.
I said it to my dad when they got knocked out when the full-time whistle went. It's the most expensive failure in sport. That's the most expensive failure in sport. They have thrown more. I would say more money than us. I don't really know. I haven't looked at the finances, but they have spent so much money, broken so many transfer records. They broke it with Neymar. He's still the most expensive. They spent God knows how much on Mbappe. They got around that signing by loaning him first. Messi was free. They spent so much money and failed.
They spent more than us, man.
They spent more than us. That's what I mean. I think I swear down, they spent more than us in a shorter time span, and they have failed. They reached one final, they lost it, and then they signed Messi and didn't reach another final. They didn't gel well with Messi. That entire club signed the best player in world football, the GOAT, and couldn't make it work. Mm-hmm. Complete and utter failure from top to bottom.
Absolutely. Mbappe had Hakimi, Verratti, Marquinhos, Neymar, and Messi. That's crazy. Donnarumma, Ramos there at one point as well. Who else they have? They've had some serious players. Di Maria, yeah.
Yeah, Di Maria. They had, over the years. This is going back even further. But if you want to talk Mbappe, like signed Nuno Mendes as well, who was a hot property. We were interested in Nuno Mendes at one point. Like, that was a pretty high money signing. Who else did they sign? Like there's been so many signings. Keylor Navas, Champions League winning goalkeeper. Thiago Silva, like all of these players, and they didn't win.
Bro, he's failed, man. He's failed. He's failed at objective number one. And Mbappe's stands need to accept that. But Haaland has one up on him. And I like I said, I will not disrespect Mbappe's international legacy. Of course I won't. But it's not a level playing field, man. It's not a level playing field. You cannot compare Norway to France. You know what I'm saying? That France team is stacked. You talk about if Mbappe had the players around him, he has the players around him at France. He absolutely does. But yeah,
comparing Norway to France, I mean, you're comparing a tiny little island to one of one of world football's like greatest imports. Like they are a good side. France have always been a pretty good side throughout history. They won a World Cup before. Like they're not a bad side. Norway. What have Norway done in the international stage ever? It's a tiny little island. Like, it's not even, like, the French league as well. Like, that is regarded, when people speak about leagues, top 5 leagues, France's name dropped. No one drops the Norwegian league in there. They don't have a football infrastructure.
No, they run the same football calendar to Ireland, summer football. They don't even play on the Premier League calendar, like September to May or August to May.
When we play Copenhagen, they did a break. I know it's Denmark, but, similar sort of thing. They hadn't played football when we played them in the knockouts. They were on a different calendar.
So, of course, Mbappe should be cooking with France. He should be. Look at the names, man. Look at the names. And I won't take that away from him because he still did it. He's still done the business for France, but don't hold that over Haaland as if it's like something Haaland can really control. What, you think Haaland's going to lead Norway to win the World Cup? Come on, man. Get out of here. But what Haaland has done is win a treble. And he could win a double this year, potentially. So he's doing all right. You know what I'm saying? He's doing all right. Haaland has a Champions League medal before Mbappe. And Mbappe has had crack after crack after crack at the Champions League. Mbappe must have 5 or 6 seasons now in the Champions League where he's had a serious team around him where he could have won it. And he hasn't. When it matters most, he hasn't turned up. People. In a joke.
Well, he was bad today, wasn't he? He was slipping over, hit the bar from about, 10 yards? Because it bobbled in front of him and he just mishit it. Like, it's not a good performance. Diving at the end of the game to try and get a penalty. Like, it's not an inspiring performance. He will win one. I mean, look at Bellingham. Look at what we said about Bellingham when we played Madrid over 2 legs. He weren't that good. But he's going to win a Champions League first time I've asked it because he plays for Real Madrid. Mbappe will win at least 1 Champions League, probably more if we're being real, because of the way Madrid are run and the way that they do things and the way they prioritise competitions. Champions League is always the one that they go for. That's their main aim, Champions League. Set themselves apart from everybody else. So he will win one, but it still goes down as a failure.
Yeah, it does, because Real Madrid
it's still a failure.
PSG built around Mbappe to win the Champions League. They made it the Mbappe team. They gave him the keys to the house to win the Champions League. Just bring PSG their first Champions League. And he didn't do it, man. He didn't do it. We did bring Haaland to win the Champions League. That's exactly what we did. And none of us have any shame in saying that. We bought Haaland to win the Champions League. We were already winning Premier Leagues beforehand. But we bought Haaland because he was the final piece of our Champions League jigsaw. We needed that killer goal scorer. Went and got him. Champions of Europe. You know what I'm saying? Mbappe, they built around him, gave him everything, spent a fuck ton of money. And they failed.
Again, one of sport's biggest failures, most expensive failures as well at that. To throw the money that they actually, threw at it and to come up short. Like again, that superstar team of superstar names, Messi, Neymar, all them players, Ramos, Donnarumma, that came after their Champions League final. They didn't get to a Champions League final with Messi.
That's crazy, man. That's actually crazy. It's crazy, man. Right, big up everybody who's still locked in, still over 300 people here. Make sure we're 6 likes off 300. So let's try and get to 300 likes. Subscribe if you're new, on the road to 9k, and there's a link in the chat if anybody wants to become a channel member, like Briggsy. Who else is here to member? Briggsy. We got Professional, CSGO, Rodri. Yeah, good few channel members here, man. Anyone wants to be a channel member, link in the chat. Now, Right, let's talk a bit about Premier League action because we have a week off this week, don't we? Until we play Fulham this Saturday at 12:30. The Wolves game was a major success for Erling Haaland, of course, as well, with 4 goals. I did a short review. How are you feeling about the title race at the minute, Joe? It's a big weekend. Will Man United lie down for Arsenal? Will we beat Fulham?
Will they lie down? They have no other option. They can barely stand up at the moment.
Yeah, but they're capable. Like, that's the thing with United, man. They're a mystery to me. Like, they'll go and knock Liverpool out or beat Liverpool or whatever, and then they'll go and get beaten by Palace 4-0. Do you know what I'm saying?
This is different. Did you see that Casemiro fella? Oh my god. He spun like a Beyblade about 6 times.
Look.
Oh my god. That is a massive fall off. Rodri debates. They were fun. They were very fun. But I'm glad they're over now. Like, it's got to be one of the quickest declines of a player, that Casemiro. Just to talk on United. Like, how does he go from best in the world debates to Jamie Carragher sat on Sky Sports telling him to go to MLS or Saudi?
Yeah. Casemiro, man. Casemiro got absolutely spun. Eze took the piss. Eze took the piss out of Casemiro and Dallo as well. Olise, a lot of talk about him, man. Man United apparently linked with him all of a sudden today. Do not go there, Michael Olise. Do not go to that club and do not get ruined by them. But yeah, I don't expect them to do much for us this weekend. We have 3 wins, man. We have 3 wins to get. Fulham, who are out flying kites today on the training pitch. It's nice to see them enjoying themselves. We have Tottenham, and any Tottenham fans that I know or that I do content with, they're all saying 5-0, take it and leave, man. 5-0, take it and leave. The mad thing is, if we beat Fulham, United get anything off Arsenal, we could win the league at White Hart Lane.
I know. Also, as well, by the way, I know it's not as impressive or as mad, right? But if we beat Fulham, it officially ends Liverpool's title race. They would be mathematically out at that point.
I forgot about them, man. I forgot about them.
But that would end their season, and again, that's the big one. We're hoping United do something because that then immediately puts less pressure on the Tottenham game. Because we're all fearing with our record against Tottenham, even if they have nothing to play for and completely lie down and look like effortless, we'll somehow make a meal of it because it's Tottenham away, and that's just what we do.
It's superstition, isn't it? That's what it is. It's superstition. Like it's just spooky going to that place, and it's mad to say that about Tottenham. It's just spooky going to their ground. But we have to beat Fulham first. And based off the performance against Wolves, I think we benefited massively from the week off leading up to the Wolves game, and I hope we benefit even more from the week off we have leading up to the Fulham game. So, yeah, Rodri, man, what a time to be a City fan. 3 games, 3 wins is all we need to win a 4th league in a row. A 4th league in a row. Ruining football, Manchester City.
Has to be wins, though, doesn't it? Has to be wins, though, doesn't it? Because we're not expecting favours from anyone with Arsenal. So it has to be wins. It's not like a draw here or... No, 3 wins.
3 wins is what we need, man. 3 wins is what we need. Right, we've been live for an hour. That's usually how long the late night chat is. I talked about the Goldbridge thing. I talked about Haaland versus Keane. And we've done a little bit of football talk. We will be back tomorrow, I think, for late night chat, or else 3:30. We'll do one of either 3:30 in the afternoon or late night chat. 10:30 tomorrow night again. There might be Big 6 Pro clubs. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss when we go live. Massively appreciate all of you coming in to support tonight. Great to see loads of City fans on our side here, backing us and not allowing our name to be dragged through the mud by certain individuals, you know what I'm saying? So big up to each and every single one of you. Subscribe if you're new around here, man. We're on the road to 9k. I want to hit that 10k very, very soon. So subscribe up. And there's a link top of the description and in the chat. Anybody wants to be a channel member and support further, big up Jerry McCune and Bevo. Oh, we got another super chat here. Big up professional CSGO player. There's no way you've got a new name.
He was Unai Emery for a bit there, wasn't he?
Professional CSGO player. He says, I'd say Casemiro was only world class because the refs are always on Madrid's side. That's a hot take, Joe. That's a hot take.
Well, there was that one year, wasn't there, where was it 2-3 years ago? The one where we got knocked out in extra time, Benzema, where Grealish almost scored. put us through. Remember that one?
You're playing in that.
Casemiro played in that. I think he had about 3 yellow card challenges and he didn't get booked.
Crazy,
Oh, man, yeah. Well, it's what you've got to expect. European referees are inconsistent. Real Madrid usually get favourable decisions. When it's 50-50, it normally goes their way. That's just what it is. You accept it. You expect it as well. Don't say you don't expect that to happen either. They get away with a lot of stuff. Like, it just happens. But you expect it. So it doesn't, like, it's not a factor for me when you lose a game.
Madrid, yeah. Madrid definitely have a bit of a grip hold over the La Liga in many senses of the word. Professional CSGO player. Professional idiot. That's the way I know you as originally. What do you want me to... Please put a message in the chat. What do you want me to reference you as? Should I just call you professional? Or what? Because I can't keep up with... Your royalty around here, mate. You know your royalty around here, and you're prestigious. We all know you're a prestigious guy, but I need you to let me know what we are to reference you as, because all these names, man, they're keeping me on my toes. You know what I'm saying? This guy, yeah, the elbows he got away with. Yeah, man, he's a dirty player, Casemiro, man. Casemiro was always a dirty player. He was a hatchet man. His first season in the Premier League last year, and everybody was bigging him up. I was like, this guy's a hatchet man. Don't even breathe the same sentence. In the same sentence, Casemiro and Rodri. It's a non-goer. It's a non-conversation. Absolutely not. Professional idiot. Okay. I will reference you as professional idiot regardless. Once I see the name professional pop up, I'll know it's you. He's a prestigious guy, man. People, professional idiot is a prestigious guy around here. He's the leader of our membership club. Like I said, if anybody wants to become a channel member, there's a link in the chat. And it's he's our leader. He's our king at the minute. So big up professional idiot. Yeah, man. Casemiro's a dirty player, man. He's a dirty player. He was class for Real Madrid. Like that that midfield they had Casemiro, Modric, Kroos, bad boy midfield. What has he won? 5 Champions Leagues? Crazy.
Something like that. Like, he was always a good player. He'll go down as one of the game's greats in that position, but he'll still go down as a dirty, horrible bastard who kicks people, throws elbows, and all the other sorts. I mean, do you remember last season? How many red cards, how many suspensions did he get last season for United? He was but scandalous. Scandalous. Well, we've had him on toast, man. We've absolutely had him on toast to suit the rival fans. Who wins our next match? Rodri at least gets soft fouls. Casemiro should have always gotten more yellows and reds. Rodri's a smart player, man. Whether you like it or not, tactical fouls are part of the game. And people don't like Rodri for it because he does a lot of tactical fouls and he gets away with them. But the best players get away with them. Do you know what I'm saying? The best players don't get pulled up for their tactical fouls. You know, the not so good players will get pulled up. Reputation based. It always has been when it comes to refereeing, especially in this country. Reputation based. Go and look at the reputation of players. If a player has a reputation for hard tackling and, you know, tactical fouls, more than likely they'll get away with yellow cards. If a player doesn't have that reputation, they tend to get a lot more bookings for the little things. Same thing with goalkeepers. Look at goalkeepers when it comes to time wasting. How many times does Edison get booked when he just waits 10 seconds? And then we go to, you know, you switch to the other side and the goalkeeper's taking it for 10 minutes. You know what I mean? And he doesn't get a booking. Like, it's all about reputation. We have a reputation of having loads of the ball and not time wasting and playing fast. So we get booked for time wasting and, you know, more often than other teams that time waste.
I mean, Risky hits the nail on the head here. It says Dark Arts is a high skill. It is a high skill, man. The best players they get the Dark Arts. Roy Keane, to him, he got the Dark Arts. I know he got a lot of red cards and he was known as a nasty player, but he was a master of the Dark Arts. The best players out there, they're all masters of the Dark Arts. Caicedo is a dirty player. Out straight, he's a dirty player, man. he's balling now, though, without Enzo, which is a mad conversation the Chelsea fans aren't liking. But he's been a dirty player this season anyway, Caicedo. Big up Marshy boy, man. Appreciate you, man. Ben White peaked Dark. Ben White is good at the Dark Arts.
Undoing goalkeepers' gloves and tickling armpits and all this other shit. Like, mate, it's a skill, and it's a useful skill to have. I always remember the Tottenham All or Nothing documentary when Mourinho was manager, him going in there and basically saying, look, you're all too nice. You all need to be horrible if you want to win.
So that's it, man. That's just it. I don't like Ben White, naturally, because he's one of those players that if he's playing against you, you just don't like him. But I got to give him credit. He's good at the Dark Arts. He gets away with it, man. He gets away with a lot of the stuff. But yeah, big up Professional Idiot for the super chat. Big up Bevo. Big up Jeremy McCune for all your super chats. I think we're going to wrap it up now. It's been a mad stream, man. It's been a mad stream. For the City fans, like I said, keep defending the club, man. Don't stop letting these dickheads talk crap on our club. You know what I'm saying? Dragging our name through the mud. But we'll be back tomorrow. No more talking about that guy unless he does anything stupid more, anything reckless. We will call him out. But back talking football tomorrow at either 3:30 or 10:30. Let me figure out my schedule. Turn my notification bell, and you won't miss it. You know what I'm saying? You won't miss it. But listen, hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're new around here, and become a channel member today. Link top of the description and in the chat. Good night and God bless, people. Enjoy the rest of your evenings.
Listen to your heart, tell me who you wanna be. We can always start to believe. Listen to your heart, tell me that you understand, 'cause you